Hi everyone, this is Greg with GuitarTabCreator, and I'd like to go over the different ways that you can make chords and intervals using the GuitarTabCreator product. The first is a new feature that we'll go over later that allows you to search through chords that are either contributed by the community, your own chord dictionary, or system chords that we've created. And it easily allows you to search for different chords and find one and add it into your tablature. The second is the more familiar way of adding chords using the standard editor and clicking on the fretboard. And the third would be using the advanced editor to create different chord structures. The first way that I'd like to show you is by using the search tool inside of the Chords and Intervals control. It allows you to choose a note and a chord type and then search through the library, either your own personal chords, chords contributed by the community, or our system chords. And we have a nice chord diagram that's shown to you, showing exactly the type of chord you're getting. And you can scroll through any of the thumbnails, select a chord, and insert it into the tab. If you'd like to add another chord, you can press the new chord button, and by doing so you can search on A's at this time, and you can add insert in another chord so you can see the tablature being built out. The next way to make a chord is using the standard editor, which I think is the most popular way. I'm going to open up the Chords and Intervals dialog because I want to be able to see the chord diagrams I'm creating, but to use the standard editor and make chords, you open up the Chords and Interval dialog and you press the Enable Chords button. That used to be a Start Chords button up at the top, but I've moved it into here, and you'll see that a blank chord diagram appears, as well as Enable Notes, which allows you to go back to just adding single notes, or the new chord button to advance to another chord in your tablature. So now that I've enabled notes, I can go ahead and add a chord, and put one together right here, and you'll see the chord diagram being built. It properly finds the fret number and designs a chord. It's added it just by clicking on the fretboard, and if you'd like, you're prepped to save this chord as you like. So I'll press the new chord, and we'll add an A in, and that is how you use the standard editor. The mute strings button will also work, so you can mute a string and then stop muting if you'd like. So those work together. The last way to make a chord, and probably the fastest, is using the advanced editor. So when you switched over to the advanced editor, you use the arrow keys and the numeric pad to create your chords, and so you can just start right away with adding in a chord. This allows you to mute strings just by using the X key, and I can press the arrow key and move on to the next. You'll see that the chords are created in the chord diagram tool as we do that, and you always can save them as you go.